And if you're as ready as I am for some good weather news, let's find out from Larry Glenn Anderson. Larry?
Boy, it looked a lot better than it did throughout the week, I'll tell you. We've got a lot of sunshine coming through with a little bit of clouds. As you can see, we'll have some fog in through Lompoc morning and night. Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo area, it's going to be a little cold, a lot of little clouds, and I'll tell you, up in here, a lot of nice snow. The rain's going to miss us, going to pass us, and go down towards San Francisco area. It looks really good for the weekend. Jim?
Well, the old man weather that's got hitting the farmers, I guess they can be looking for some pretty good things too, as well as coming in with no frost and that kind of good thing.
Yeah, the farmers have a real good thing happening for them. Matter of fact, as the farmers will have no frost.
No frost at all?
Whatsoever.
And some of the coastal areas can get up into about 55, 60 tomorrow?
That's right. It's right fair throughout the week.
Okay. Thank you, Larry. And Lon is going to be back with sports, so stay with us.
In all the confusion, police answered 40 false burglar alarms set off by the wind. Jim?
Well, how can you tell it's January? Not by our Central Coast weather. Mike Bradley says take a look for yourself, and he's got more of the same coming up as the KCOY 6 o'clock report continues. From Santa Maria, Rosalind Wagner talked with an officer handling that case. Rosalind?
Jim, 48-year-old Jack Whitley died instantly after being shot through the neck yesterday afternoon. Whitley, a UPS driver, was making a delivery to the Santa Ynez home of 34-year-old David Carter. Carter is now being held in Santa Barbara County Jail on $5 million bail. Sheriff's Detective Bruce Correll, the big question seems to be motive.
There is no apparent motive at this time. It appears to be a senseless killing.
Thank you. Jim, arraignment for Carter is still pending. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that one. Well, manslaughter charges were also dismissed today against a 19-year-old Santa Barbara woman. The struggle for financial assistance may be over tonight for a San Luis Obispo woman and 6 severely handicapped babies. Alfonso Duran reports on how their efforts have finally paid off. Al?
Now, the grant money is only allocated for 1 year. However, Shawnee and her supporters hope that by the end of the year, the state officials will have defined shit. Forget that one. I just got 2 beep, beep, beeps. Does that mean stop being a motherhead?
Try again, motherhead.
Try again, motherhead.
In Carpinteria, I'm Laura Zimmerman for the KCOY 6 o'clock report.
I don't think they really know when a station is totally automated or not.
Join me, Mike Bradley, for this special series on Central Coast Radio. Is it live or is it Memorex? Starting this Monday, only on the KSBY 6 o'clock report.
Well, tonight, money issues continue to be a problem for the Lompoc School District. Teacher layoffs is just one of the major concerns. Mike Powell has more on the school district action. Mike? We'll try to pick up that story for you a little bit later in the newscast. Well, the loss of the teaching jobs is only one aspect of tighter budgets for Central Coast schools. Fewer teachers with fewer teaching jobs obviously could equal double sessions in the Santa Maria Elementary School District. A double session problem has one Santa Maria parent concerned. Kathy Harper is with us in our studio tonight. Mrs. Harper, just why do you feel so strongly about double sessions?
I feel that's not what's best for our children's education.
In terms of what you would like to see done, Mrs. Harper, what do you recommend?
Well, I recommend that they keep the morning sessions in effect that they have now and not double session all schools.
Do you feel that, say, more teaching on a one-to-one level, in particularly the kindergarten level area, is that more necessary?
I feel that that's the most necessary.
In terms of the kindergarten teachers and school students getting together, how do you see that double session as being a problem to that end? In other words, are you saying that the double session would take the time away from the students?
Yes, it definitely takes teaching time away from the students because the teachers aren't able to spend extra time in the classroom and after school with the students.
Are you alone in your viewpoint on this, or is there a coalition that wants some action taken?
There are a lot of concerned parents that have met together and intend to present a letter to the board tonight at the meeting.
Just exactly how do you plan to solve the problem?
Well, we've offered our assistance to the board. There's a lot of different issues that can help solve the problem. Children going to their own neighborhood school instead of being busing, we feel could save money there.
I see. Well, we'll find out more following tonight's board action then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for being on our studios, Kathy. Well, the case against Dr. Francis Forster of Santa Barbara has been appealed to the Superior Court tonight.
Pretty nice weather considering the time of year. Let's go outside and take a look at some temperatures around the Central Coast right now. Nice day to be sitting underneath the park bench. Santa Barbara and Lompoc at 70 degrees this afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a KCOY News Update, and these are some of the stories that we'll be covering in greater detail tonight at 6 o'clock. And if you'd roll the teleprompter, we'll... But tonight there is also a report that says that there is a problem with many commercial and prescription sunglasses. According to the study, 70% of the sunglasses emit too much ultraviolet light, and 1/3 are totally ineffective. With us in our studio tonight is Dr. John Mosinger, a Santa Maria optometrist. Well, doctor, some types and colors of sunglasses, are they better than others?
The winner, Yitzhak Shamir, Begin's deputy prime minister. I'm sorry. What happened? That should be Begin's foreign minister, and David Levy should be the deputy prime minister. Right?
Yes, Shamir is foreign minister.
That's right. Okay.
Okay, standing.
Stations, we're sorry for the confusion. We've been waiting the feed from New York, and as soon as we have any information on it, we'll tell you down the line. We hope to be feeding it just a little bit later.
Analysts at the Rand Corporation, the independent think tank in Santa Monica, study the region.
And introducing...
Okay, stations, the Dan Rather piece should be coming up right now. We're going to New York. Dan Rather piece coming up right now.
Dry weather has also caused some major concerns among firefighters. Many Santa Barbara County fire agencies are stepping up their fire safety campaigns. And tonight, live from Santa Barbara, Kevin Riggs has more on that story. Kevin? We'll try to pick up that story later on in this newscast with Kevin Riggs reporting from Santa Barbara.
Jim, back to you.
Laura, I'd like to find out, when other districts, say as an example, reach a settlement that's in fact give the teachers a better deal, how would that affect this particular area?
There's no doubt that...
Thank you very much. We appreciate you being with us in the Santa Barbara studio tonight. Well, Wall Street was like a roller coaster today. We mentioned earlier that hot, dry weather has been causing some major concerns among firefighters. We were trying to get that story set up for you with Kevin Riggs in Santa Barbara. We now have made that contact live with Kevin, so let's find out more on that story. Kevin?
Well, you hit the nail on the head. The weather is hot, Jim, but matters this week, Jim.
Did the board, Kevin, take any specific action on, say, Miyoshi's request?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought that perhaps...
Well, I think probably the question you meant to ask me was, there was a red flag alert in Santa Barbara County earlier. Is that still in effect?
Yes.
No, it is not. Apparently there's enough fuel moisture in the brush, in other words, enough water moisture in the brush that the fire level still is not really severe.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Well, tonight, Chief Justice Rose Bird said, assuming that what they buy is authentic. Now, Rich Dixon is here tonight to report to you that we may be getting to think what you're buying. Rich?
Jim, we seem to be a nation trained to buy name brands, and we tend to follow fads. The problem is that with the success of brand name comes copies of the product.
Beginning October 24th.
All right, we were talking about Toro Miyoshi just a little bit earlier. Let me ask you the same question now. Did the board take any specific action on the supervisor's request?
No, they didn't, Jim.
Lieutenant Dan Shiner of the Santa Maria Police Department provides the statistics, Let's take a look. Nationally, in 1980,